Hello, teacher Vong Monasekar, who the lecturer of the global justice and human rights. So our team today it is to have the great honor and have a great opportunity for have the panel discussion about around the Black Lives Matter. So my name is Vuong Panya, have identified card 60s, 1904 and 45. And today we are have the one topic under the Black Lives Matter. And I am the organizer and Mr. Sawin and Mr. Tut, who is the guest and he is the speaker. And so, and this is nice opportunity to meet Mr. Sawin and Tut. And hello, Mr. Tut, can you introduce yourself first?
Thank you, Banya, for giving me this opportunity. My name is Thich, and this time I am the guest speaker about the Black Lives Matter movement topic. And thank you for giving this time to me. Thank you, Banya.
Yeah. Yeah. Hello, Mr. Sweet. What can you introduce yourself about your ID, about your name?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Pinya. And my name is Jasowin, and my major is IO. And yes, thank you.
Yeah, IO. Great job.
Yes,
yeah, thank you.
The same you, the same.
Yeah. All right.
So the rest is time. So let's now to that our panel discussion, the roundtable discussion today. We focus on Black Lives Matter. We discuss about Black Lives Matter and the purpose that we push today for our meeting. So, and the first question that want to ask to Mr. Tui, what?
All right.
Why does the Black Lives Matter is important? So, can you introduce something about why Black Lives Matter is important?
Okay, got it. Thank you, Banya, for the question. But before I gonna answer your question, I think we need to know about the background first that can make us easily understand clearly about our collaborative discussion today. Black Lives Matter, we also known as BLM in the movement, which appears in 2013 after which appeared in 2013 after the acquittals of George Zimmerman, the man who shot and killed unarmed Trayvon Martin. A black adolescent in Florida, since then, Black Lives Matter rallying cry like they cannot breathe after the killing Eric Garner and Colin Kaepernick. And during the national attempt, systematic just look at a few examples. Black Lives Matter is the movement various tactic in attempting to accept the goal. And it's to earn and the systematic racism and operations in Florida. Black Lives Matter in July 2013, Annalisa Garza, she is the founder of Black Lives Matter. She here the acquittals of a George Zimmerman. She posts on her Facebook like, Black people, I love you, I love us, and our lives matter. That word would have a tremendous impact, a starting form of cyber activism. Do you know the meaning of cyber activism, Panya? Cyber activism is the process of using internet bars, socializing, communication technique to create, operate, and manage activisms of any type. So let's move to your question is why Black Lives Matter movement is important. As I said before, Black Lives Matter, or we can known as BLM, is a movement to eliminate discrimination. Discrimination against Black people is very detrimental to their rights, to their individual rights, such as the rights of freedom, the right to live, such as the workplace, place of residence. And you know that if our society and our workplace have the discrimination, we are difficult to live. And look at to the BLM, very is important because we know that discrimination is the most immorality and also an actions of aggression against the rights and freedom of our individuals in our society and killing each other. Discrimination can make the killer to kill anybody. This case reflects to black people. And let's take a look at the BLM movement, a movement that eliminate all this discriminatory activity. A movement and eliminate all discriminatory activity, elimination of the discrimination, eradications of the conflict, eradications of the resolving of the issues or problem, and eradication of the models to bring about equalities and peace, mutual respect as a human being. Panya, Sewin, and I are human beings. Is like the black people too. All the black people are human beings. We are born with our own right and freedom.
Yeah.
We and they should not infringe on the rights of others. In addition, the importance of Black Lives Matter is to eliminate racial division, such as identifying the lives of the Blue Lives Matter, the White Lives Matter, the Black Lives Matter, and other as a whole with the common humanity, regardless of colors and caste. Because we are lives matter. Most of the Black Lives Movement is not demanding for the rights of influence of people living together. It is demanding for all Black lives to live like white lives people. In short, we can understand clearly it's to end the police brutality, full staffing, resources, and training to have effective implementation of the restorative justice and positive behavior to support. Most importantly, that make us to understand clearly, Black Lives Matter or BLM reveal the benefits and advantages, disadvantages, the mystery, the unity, and how to building peace as a human being. No matter what the society, if there is discrimination, it will bring destruction and suffering to those people and to their citizens. Like our country too, if we have the discrimination and violent, obtuse, potential discrimination of the colors and caste. And it is the most serious impact and impact the peace of our society, our individual's freedom of peace, and the disadvantages for the rights of every individual, such as Panya, Sewin, and I, every individual today in this case. And discrimination is the deficit of for society as a whole. In assessment, we can see that BLM movement or Black Lives Matter movement as a demonstration to the whole world and to understand the rights of all human beings, being equal regardless of colors and caste. And elimination of discrimination is the building of peace in our society, where they live and give peace to those around them and to the world. All of these reflections to why Black Lives Matter is very important. All of this reflections and gonna answer your question, Panya, and thank you for giving me this question. All of this reflection and showing the benefit and the importance of Black Lives Matter. Thank you, Panya.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for your great sound and great answers. Great and great job. So,
right.
So to wrap up for your answer, it is good for this respond to my question that this Black Matter is important for the Black people who have to demand the right to full respect from the other people, that all the people have all equality, have the right to work, to develop the country. And it is it's great to have the people have the global justice and for their right to live without pressure, without or they just have the property and it give you rights. And thank you to it. And so let's move to Mr. Sovin. I would
Yes.
like to ask you about that in this case about Black Lives Matter, because BLM, what right that they concerned about there, and like the Black Lives Matter, what right that they concern? And thank you. And to ask Mr. Savin, can you answer about this?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Penya, for your question. Yes. Yeah, about the concern in this BLM, we call BLM, the moment. Yes. And before many years, rap music has been considered the forefront of raising awareness on the subject as discrimination for the police brutalities, and despite this effort is still plenty of the way forward to go. That's why BLM movement has talking about role to educate all of African concerning to the literal violence that occurs again African American by law for consumer all across the countries. BLM does not only help to educate why, but also educate African Americans, because in February 26, 2012, George Zimmerman, neighborhood watch captain, who at the time was living in Sanford, Florida, called 911 to report such suspicious person in the neighborhood, and it would then proceed to approach person despite the wording of the dispatch to the engaged with the suspects. What soon produced was a altercation between Zimmerman and the suspect, who the latter indicated as the Trayvon Martin. Do you know Trayvon Martin? And the night the closed with death of the Trayvon Martin, same of the released protest and confrontation. The police, the aftermath happened all over the country, including some of man's very own countries. The unfortunate state of the Trayvon Martin would be the in a Zimmerman begin acquitted from all the charge due to the lack of the violence. This one ignite the birth of the BLM we call BLM, the Black Lives Matter. In the summer of the 20 around the same time, the for it was given three women, Alika, Gaza, Pratis, Carlos, Opel, Tom T, yes, who took their struggle to social media by starting the hashtag BLM. The moment did not cash money. The moment until the death of the Michael Brown, who was a unarmed African teenager who was shot by a white police officer. According to the BLM office website, they classify their action as response to the state sanitation, violence, and anti-black racism. Our attention from the very beginning was to connect black people from all over the world who help us share this fight for the justice to act together in their community, and impetus for that common was and still is rampant and violent inflicted on used by state. Saying to the Black Lives Matter called BLM back has been at an all-time high in American and has spread thousands by begin also about political as a result. Later have met with Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton. The immoral of the conference flexed in the public place and lasting of the compared so that is police reform which are the consist of the one proposal with add of the police violence. Also, Black Lives the moment have newborn attention after time the displayed by the media has nothing more and this disruptive group. Since some of they are also claimed supporters destroy of the vandalized property which over the shutdown of with the Black Lives Matter real attention. Despite this, they have managed to escape over the moment by rushing unfairness by all over the country. Sent to effort from the alt as a clean the cabinet. It has won again. Escape is the moment going to the will do also the long as they are the people to fight from the equality. Yeah, thank you, Vong to give question.
Yeah,
Yes,
thank you,
thank you.
Mr.
Yes.
And yeah, your song is good and it's good and well for your answer. And so to wrap up for your answer is that yeah, I know that
Yeah.
I remember what your sound said that the right that they concern is that they want to have the something is normally like the simple people between the white people and black people or some color. They want to live together, no pressure, and they live with the same right, the same. It is equality and justice. They have, you know,
Yes, yes,
in America that you say that in America like that have the African American people and American people. They divide at the ancient time that they divide or racism, but but that the right that they concern is that they want to live together and have the same right like the education and social and economic and political
yes,
that they join together. Thank you, Mr. Subin. And so
yeah,
and the last thing, the last question that I propose and I want to ask to Mr. Twitch again. It is the last question that asks to our team that we will be completed. So the question is aimed to the people, you know, um, how can we aim to improve the human right about, in this case, the Black Lives Matter? So how can we improve the human right? Thank you, Mr. Twitch.
Okay,
Welcome. Yeah.
thank you, Panyas, again for the question. I think to me, I think we have many ways, many terms to improve human right protection. In this case, we refer to Black Lives Matter. We can to improve human right protection in online or face-to-face or another various of this technology. We currently, the spreading of COVID-19, we know that many activism support to support and aims to improve by in social media such as Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Line, and various websites. Currently, we know that the world is concerned about the COVID-19. So this point, we need to improve the Black Lives Matter and protections of human rights in social media. But when we have to join it to protect the human rights or join to join to the political activism or any activism, we always have the have the people against us or against our action. And so we know that the 21st century, currently the internet is full of the people who are up to no good during time of social change. It is no surprise that people with their own agenda are looking to explore the situation. And today I will bring many ways and step by step we can aim to improve human rights protection, Black Lives Matter, avoid that spiteful group, and while reducing the risk of street as we support Black Lives Matter in online. The first step, we need to keep our social media private and security, have a safety and higher security. If we inject in social activism in online, malicious and people and another group can use our information on our social media to again our action. All right. And if we publicly to support Black Lives Matter or another cause, put safeguard in our place to living. You know that if we plan on supporting Black Lives Matter and we are confident in injecting openly in conversation, debate, or collaborative discussions online, we need to be careful about what information we share in our social media. We are have the many people follow our action and filter our social media. in this case, if we chose to support Black Lives Matter publicly, and we are support any social justice cause, it's not always possible to prevent others from responding negatively to our content, such as our friend, our family, our colleagues may suddenly expose themselves as a hostile and bullying. And one more, we need to know when we aim to improve human rights protection, we need to don't trust strangers who approach us in online. This one seem obvious, but it is vital. If someone pop up in our online network, reacting out privately and asking to connect, be extremely cautious. However, truthfully, they could have very sinister intention. And avoid unsecured network and other potential threats. We knew that using unsecured networks such as the public Wi-Fi on the road and on the coffee shop and something like that is always a risk. This may surprise us, but malicious parties can easily assess the connection positioning of themselves in between our device and the Wi-Fi download malware into our computer, monitor and our communication, or steal our information to again our action. And then this is the first step. We need to know and we need to keep our social media when we have the collaborative discussion or writing tag aims to improve human rights protection with our safety and our higher securities of our social media, Facebook, Line, Twitter, YouTube, or our website. And then we can choose the strategy or methods to donate the victim family. You know that the family of the victim are often left scrambling to pay for unexpected funeral and legal costs. Looking a GoFundMe or other crowdfunded account to pay and set up on behalf of a victim and verify it to make sure and legitimate. We can direct to our friend and family will typically be making donation and are arrested and may not be able to afford bail. Looking to see if they are bail found you to donate, help them out. And one more thing is, I think that is a good ways to improve human rights protection. We can remove and punish the bad police officer. It is important to realize the Black Lives Matter is not a waging a war on the police, but it is a waging a war on the bad cop. The type of officer who disrespect their badge by not upholding their duties of the protect and serve citizen. The type of officer and assault the most vulnerable among us instead of the protecting them. The type of the people who shoot first and ask a question later. These are not men or women who we shoot to find with keeping the job. Because if we keep a bad police officer, that it affects to our society, affects to our activism to improve human rights protection. In this case, we refer to Black Lives Matter. And the last point that is important too, we can have the good police officers speak up. In our society where so many people are hell-bent on framing the discussion as either being pro-police and anti-Black and anti-police and pro-Black, a lot of good officers are being caught in crossfire, or being loyal to their comrades and being loyal to the public trust when the police department and the police union refuse to identify any officer as being unfit of the job, even after being caught on the camera doing and something horribly wrong. It's make our lives very difficult for the good officer, because speaking out would make them treacherous in some people eye, and that is why it's crucial to foster an environment that have good police officer report and bad police officer and be pressed for it instead of being punished. This is a good way we can remove, in some right, we can understand, we can remove the bad police officer in our activism, and we can speak out and motivate the good police officer to help us to improve our human rights protection. In this case, we refer to Black Lives Matter or BLM in the movement. Thank you, Panya, for this question.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Toy. So I would like to sum up or wrap up about it again. And thank you. It's a good question, a good answer for you.
Yes,
yeah, that's good. That this is your aim, that you to protect the human rights, like the BLM, Black Lives Matter movement. So yeah, it's good. The first is the campaign that we use about online campaign like Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter and something and so on. It's good that we use it for protect the human right. That is the aim to protect the human rights. It's good that we can post it and we can reaction. We can do something for enhance for the post and includes the people like the black people to have equal rights.
Okay.
And to let the people to know the people have the equality. Yeah, they have the right the same as the people are the people. The every people and each people always respect together and do not violate other people. Yeah, do something with the legally. Do something with legally. So and thank you, Mr. Stoy. And it's that I know that you said that the aim that we to remove the bad thing to for the black people have removed the bad behavior of the police official or police custody. Like we can educate the police that we can explain the reason why the people, black people have the equality, have the rights as other people. We do not to violate them. We do not sing bad on them, and we just focus the people are the same other people. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Toy. And so
yes, thank you, Panya.
Yeah, it is the good answer for you and Mr. Suvin, and thank you for your answer. It is very good job for your answer. So the last thing, I have the word that the verbal to speak it out for you, and thank you very much for you, and thank you.
Thank you, Panya. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good time in life. Good luck.
It's good time. This is the good that we speak it out, and we can impress about idea about that in American and some area in the world that first thing we did this, like the black people and the white people, they challenge together. So this is a good answer for them, that we analyze, that we thinking about this case. And thank you very much. So
thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
This meeting is completed, and I am almost of my speaking, and thank you very much again.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Kanya.
Yes,
Thank you
thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you.
And thank you, Subin. Also.
Yes, thank you.